I'm really enjoying talking to you folks about this subject of becoming magnetic to the opposite sex, because it's such an exciting subject and it's such an enjoyable subject to talk about and to get people interested in, really. So the subject I want to talk to you about today, about becoming magnetic to the opposite sex, is about the masculine and feminine aspects and the appreciation of both the masculine and the feminine aspect, so that we become more magnetic to both principles through an appreciation of both principles. And what I want to highlight to you today is to say that it is extremely attractive when we have an appreciation which is authentic of the masculine and the feminine principle. And I've got a couple of videos if you want to pop over there and have a look at them. One is honouring the divine feminine, and the other one is honouring the divine masculine, in which I talk about this issue a little bit more. So as far as becoming magnetic and attractive to the opposite sex, when we appreciate both principles, it's very attractive to both sexes, because when we are with the opposite sex and we can appreciate their essence and we can appreciate where they're coming from in their own right, as a man or a woman, it's extremely attractive and it's very magnetic, because we're coming from a place of love and we're coming from a place of authentic appreciation of both aspects, which are aspects or principles of divine source. And so I thought it would be interesting to flag this up in relation to becoming magnetic, because it's something that we can all work on. It's something that we can all manifest in our own life, as far as appreciating the opposite principle as well as our own principle. So if we are a woman, it's still possible to appreciate the feminine aspect as much as the masculine aspect, rather than holding one up to be more valuable than the other, and they are not. Both are equally as valuable in the eyes of Source. And when we operate from that premise, it's very uplifting, it's very joyful, because we bring into every interaction with the opposite sex or with the same sex a really deep appreciation of that principle, which is encouraging for the other person, and it also is really, really magnetic and attractive. Because we all want to be valued and we all want to be appreciated, and we need to be valued for our own innate essence and from the perspective of the principle that we are operating from. So women need to be valued and appreciated from the feminine principle perspective, and men need to be valued and appreciated from the male principle perspective. And so it's important for us to understand this aspect when we're interacting with the opposite sex, because when we become balanced within, in both principles, we are more likely to attract someone who is also in balance. And that's a really important key to remember, that we attract according to the frequency that we're giving out. And therefore, when we are in balance in our masculine and feminine attributes, depending on what aspect you're emanating from, then we are more likely to manifest in our lives other people who are also in balance, which is a really useful key to understand when we want to understand becoming magnetic, because we attract that which we are emanating, and so we want to bring ourselves back into balance. We want to appreciate our own perspective and our own principle, and we also, in balance with that, need to appreciate the opposite principle as well, because that is equally as important. And another key point is to do this with assertiveness, so that we are able to protect our own principle and our own aspect, and we are able to honour the opposite aspect and principle as well, both within ourselves and in the world. And therefore, when we all come in balance and in alignment with our own principle, we are more likely to be happy, we are more likely to be joyous, and importantly, we are more likely to be able to appreciate the opposite principle as well as our own, which is really important. So I hope that's helpful, and as always, stay safe.